So here I got my Chrysler 3.3 throttle body. Give you guys a quick rundown of how I hammer form gaskets. So tools I always have, little X-Acto knife and the smallest ball peen hammer you have. The ball peen on this side is really going to be the key. The smaller the point is, the better you can get inside of corners. So you got your thing that you need a gasket for, but you don't have the gasket. You need to make one. So if whatever you're doing is perfectly flat, like said mount, you could of course lay your gasket material down on there, trace it out, and cut it with a pair of scissors, X-Acto knife, whatever. But if you don't have that, or if you have something that has recess spots in it where you wouldn't be able to lay it down and trace a nice edge all the way around that you could cut to, here's how I do it. So I take my piece of gasket material that's the right size. I make sure that it's going to cover up the entire surface. Hold it down in place. Cover up that little edge there. Take the ball peen hammer, and I know about where an edge is, so that's where I'm going to start. We're just going to gently tap. Tap, tap. Work our way down a little bit. You can see how that's starting to form a line. Now if you go long enough and hard enough, still lightly tapping, it will cut the gasket material right around that contour. Now I'll normally start on a corner like that and then work my way down, and this will, as it's forming the gasket, will lock the gasket material down onto your work surface so it won't be trying to shuffle around. Now if you're doing something like a throttle body like this or anything that has a hole in the middle of it, it'll be a lot easier if you start in the middle, and I'll show you why. So I'm going to take my hammer, just push down, feel right about there is where I can feel the edge and it starts to drop off. And just give that a little tap. Start forming my edge. See now, as it's cut, roll it up so you can see that there. This edge of the gasket material is falling down inside the bore. That will hold your gasket material in place so that you kind of have, you know, a little more hands free to continue on working your outside edges. Just follow it all the way around. And this same exact process works great for marking out where your bolt holes are. Just using the very tip of your hammer. Just work it around a little bit. And you can see exactly where that bolt hole is there. If you work it long enough, it'll pop out and it'll usually end up stuck down inside the hole. You'll have to pry it out of there with a pick, but no big deal. If you don't work it long enough, you can take your X-Acto knife, just trim that edge